Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the House Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee hearing this afternoon on House Bill 109 and 514. I want to acknowledge at the outset that we had to move from where we were originally scheduled to be down in Finance. I thank everyone for their patience as we do that. As you may be aware, the firearms bills that were scheduled for this morning have before the Education Committee have run longer than expected. Then we're here today to hear these firearm bills. The process for people who aren't familiar with it is we're going to hear from the sponsor of the bill, and then we will take testimony from other people. Filled out a pink card. If you wish to speak, please do so and pass it down the end here. It'll arrive. We're going to try and alternate speakers between those who are supporting and those who are opposing the legislation. I would ask everyone to please be attentive to what the speakers are hearing, and if you need to have conversations, please take it outside in the hall. And I also would just ask people to try to be concise in your testimony as you listen to previous people providing information to the committee. Just ask to please be mindful of it, and to the extent possible not repeat anything. And with that, Representative Burke.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Why I testified in education, it was the first time I've ever seen this, but I thought it was very effective, as they had, I believe it was a member, hold up the 2-minute card and the 3-minute card, and they asked the public, even though they could go over the 3 minutes if needed. So that kind of kept everybody moving pretty quick. I thought that was a pretty good idea.
Are you volunteering to replicate that? Thank you for volunteering, Representative.
Yes.
We'll please be guided by Representative Burke to the extent that you can see his peripheral vision. So with that, is the committee ready? I want to call upon the bill's prime sponsor, Representative Katherine Rogers.
Members of the committee, and thank you for your time. I've provided the chairman with written testimony, which I think has been passed out, so I will not read it since I know you're all capable of reading. I will just go over the high points, and I will try to keep it under the time frame that I'm permitted. Basically, my name is Katherine Rogers. I represent Merrimack District 28, which is the other side of the river, and I welcome you to my city. Each year, 12,000 Americans are murdered with a gun. Americans are 20 times more likely to be murdered with a gun than other developed countries. Right now, there's a loophole in our laws that lets anyone buy a gun online or at a gun show without a background check, no questions asked. We need to close that loophole that lets felons, domestic abusers, and the dangerous mentally ill get their hands on guns. In states that require criminal background checks on all handgun sales, 46% fewer women are fatally shot by their partners, 48% fewer police are killed with handguns, and 64% fewer crime guns are trafficked out of state. While it's true that New Hampshire reportedly has the 7th lowest number of crime deaths per capita, we are the 24th highest state among crime gun exports. We export 3 times as many guns as we import, and we're the top supplier of crime guns to Massachusetts, Maine, and Vermont. Based on this estimate, the Department of Safety has 33,000 of the estimated 82,500 sales that occur in the next year will be required to have background checks, will not be required. Basically, this bill will close those loopholes. I'm not trying to profess that this will prevent any tragedy from occurring. It will not stop all gun violence. No single action will. But if it prevents one death, if it prevents a single act of violence, my prevention is that it's worth it. Under this bill, commercially advertised gun sales, including online sales, would require a criminal background check through a federally licensed dealer using the same check already used in dealer sales. It defines commercial as a sale, transfer, or exchange of a firearm that takes place at or in the curtilage of a gun show, or pursuant to an offer to sell or buy a firearm that took place at a gun show, or advertising, posting, and listing. It will not affect law-abiding New Hampshire gun owners selling or trading guns between friends and family. It makes an exception for private non-commercial sales or transfers between friends and families. It does not allow for a gun registry. It expressly prohibits that. It's not an overreach of public safety measures. It does not try to keep guns away from law-abiding citizens. I think you can all read the bill. You can read my testimony. I don't want to take up, since there are a lot of people here to testify, I don't want to take up more of your time. I'd be glad to answer any questions. And I've provided some other information in your packet that I hope you will read.
Representative Katherine.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for taking my question. I'm sort of at a loss. I've purchased firearms online. I've always had to have them sent to an FFL. I've been to multiple gun shows and always seen the sellers there on the phone securing the sale through an FFL. I'm wondering what gun shows you're talking about. Have you been to a gun show where an FFL is not used or something like this?
It's not every single table at a gun show. It's not every online, but there are exceptions. There are loopholes that exist. This would close up tightly so that it would be everyone. Your next question, sir?
Well, I mean, what percentage are you talking about? It's got to be an extremely low. Anyway.
I can't tell you the exact percentage because I haven't been out, and also we don't have all statistics. But there are some percentages of people that don't do it. There are examples of people that sell on the curtilage of gun shows. This bill would close up because it includes the curtilages. It's the sales that happen online outside of those that go through the dealers. There are some that happen. I can't give you every statistic. I can't cite every example. I'm not saying that every single gun show has everyone that does this. I didn't say to you that every gun show does not go through the dealers.
Question?
Representative.
Representative Burke.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Representative, for your testimony. Will this stop the criminals from obtaining guns illegally?
I guess I would answer this in two ways. First, I said no one action is going to stop any kind of violence. But I would ask you, Representative Burt, you serve on the Criminal Justice Committee. Do the rape bills stop people from raping people?
Representative, that's a rhetorical. Representative Rogers, we don't ask members of the committee, we ask them questions. Please answer the question.
Well, as I said in my testimony, no single action is going to prevent anything from happening, just as our statutes that provide, that make murder illegal or rape illegal do not stop people from murdering or raping.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Wallace. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for taking my question. You cited in your testimony that there are loopholes in the gun show purchasing background checks. Can you cite any specific cases when this has occurred?
I have not tried to purchase a weapon where I've not been doing this, no. So I can't offer you every single example, even though Snickers in the back think I haven't purchased a weapon. I have been with people that have purchased weapons and they've had to go through the background check. But I can't cite you in a specific example, no.
You just stated that you saw transactions occur without a background check.
No, I did not state that I saw them. I said that there have been anecdotally examples that have been cited by various people. I personally have never witnessed it, no. You asked me if I specifically could cite an example that I've witnessed.
Follow it? Then I would say that what you're saying is you've heard about this, that makes that hearsay, correct?
Hearsay in the case of the law is a long, detailed thing, and hearsay is not the meaning that I haven't personally witnessed it. It means that it's not admissible into a court of law.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for your testimony. Representative Mike Harrington.
Croc TV.